Now we are starting with the second functional group, that is the carboxylic acid. So what is the functional group of the carboxylic acid? It is COOH. As you know that you need to remember the open structure as well. So what is the open structure? It is here the C is forming the double bond with O and single bond with OH. And when we talk of the suffix, then the suffix which is used for the carboxylic acid is oic acid. And the members, you know that the first member is methanoic acid, the second is ethanoic acid. So this is how you are just going to get many members of different carboxylic acid. And now when we just talk about the IUPAC for them, so you know that the IUPAC for it is methanoic acid, for it is ethanoic acid, likewise, right? And when we talk about the common names, see, like in your exam what you are going to get, your teacher is just going to confuse you by giving you the question, this thing in which they will use the common name, and you will be having so practice, like you will be so this thing well versed with the IUPAC name, as you are just, when we are just studying, you are just practicing the more and more IUPAC names, so you will just forget the common names. So don't do that, keep common names also in your hand. You should know the common names as well. So common names for this is formic acid, and for this is acetic acid, and it is also called as vinegar. See, there are only two common names, because see, they have got many common names, but at your level you need to remember only the two common names of these two members. The one is formic acid, another is the acetic acid, which is also called as vinegar. As you all are familiar that you use vinegar in your kitchens, like to make anything sour. So this is what is the general intro of the carboxylic acid. Now when we talk about the preparation, so how it can be prepared? It can be prepared by complete oxidation of alcohols. This you know now, because we already did alcohol. You know that the alcohol undergo the partial oxidation and the complete oxidation. So on doing the complete oxidation, the alcohol forms the carboxylic acid. So here I have the alcohol. What I am doing, I am just supplying with oxygen. Catalyst, obviously the catalyst is going to be alkaline KMNO4 or K2Cr2O7, and we are going to get the the carboxylic acid. So this is how the first method by which we can prepare alcohol. Though we can prepare by one more method, we can prepare it by the oxidation of aldehyde as well. So what we do, again we take an aldehyde, we add oxygen, in presence of catalyst it will be forming carboxylic acid. And as you know that most of the reaction in this chapter has the same word root as they have in reactant, and the word root is going to be same in the product side also. So this is how like I am starting with the methanol, obviously I am going to get the methanoic acid. If I start with ethanol, I am going to get the ethanoic acid. That means the word root just remain the same. Now coming to the physical properties, so see, carboxylic acid are all colorless liquid, right, and they have a pungent smell, and their boiling point is 118 degrees Celsius. And you know, like its member, the acetic acid, its member the member of ethanoic acid, that is acetic acid, when this acetic acid is cooled, further cooled, it just freeze to form a crystalline white mass which resembles the glaciers. That is why it is often called as the glacier acetic acid. It is very important you get this question for 1 mark. And moreover, it has a property of just making a film of water around it. So we can say it is hygroscopic in nature. And if we talk about the solubility, it is soluble in water, it is soluble in alcohol, and though it is also soluble in ether as well. So these are the physical properties of the carboxylic acid. Now we'll just make it react with some other substances to get to know its chemical nature. So when we talk of its chemical nature, so you know, it shows the basic a single type of reaction. Just look at the board. I have a carboxylic acid. Suppose I am taking an example of ethanoic acid. I am reacting it with metal. I am reacting it with metal hydroxide. I am reacting it with metal carbonate. I am reacting it with metal bicarbonate, and See, it's, 4 are sufficient, right? So I am reacting it with sodium, I am reacting it with sodium hydroxide, I am reacting with sodium carbonate, and I am reacting with sodium bicarbonate. Or you can say this is a reaction in which I am just reacting it with metal or metal compounds. So just look at the board, I am going to get the single product. See. So what is going to happen in all the case? You know that metal is more reactive than H. We have a Na, so Na is more reactive than H. It is just going to displace H. So that means we are going to get the single product, that is CH3COO, and at place of H we will be getting Na now. Now what will be the name of this compound? So it is going to be the general name, first I am writing, is going to be metal alkanoate. So metal alkanoate, indicating the presence of ester. So which metal is here? Here is sodium metal. So we have sodium. Alk means which alkyl group? Methanoate. So it is sodium methanoate. What you know what is the difference between these reactions? These are going to form a single product, but the side product is just going to vary. See, here we are left with only H. So obviously we are in the first reaction we are going to get H2 along with it. Here in the second one I have left with HNOH. So obviously I am going to get H2 in the second reaction as a side product. And in this I have got this H and CO3. So obviously I am going to get H2O and CO2 here, or I can say I can get a carbonic acid also because it is a weak acid, and in this last also I am going to get the similar product. So that means whether you react the carboxylic acid with metal or metal products, you are going to get the same product, that is the metal alkanoate, right? And along with that the side products just vary depending upon that which compound you have actually used. So this is the reaction, these are the different reactions which I clubbed up in the single reaction, that is the reaction of carboxylic acid with metal and metal compounds. The second reaction, second important reaction which it shows is decarboxylation. Right. In this reaction what we will get to see, in this the CO group will actually vanish, right. So just look at the board how it happens, and as the name suggests, D means removal, carboxylation, that means the removal of carboxyl group. So look at the board how it is going to happen. Suppose I am stating with an example again. So I have an acetic acid. I am adding sodium to it, and you all know that what happens when the acid reacts with sodium. Sodium being more reactive just displaces the hydrogen. So this is how it is going to displace here. So we have CH3COO Na, along with it we have H2, right. So now this reaction does not stop at this step, it proceeds further. What we do, to this metal alkanoate we add sodium hydroxide, and you know this is actually a reaction, like I told you in a previously, that in whole of this chapter most of the reaction will just going to have the same number of reactants, and like the carbon atoms of the reactant and the carbon atom of the product are just going to be same. This is actually some reaction in which the carbon atom, number of the carbon atom is just going to differ. So just do not forget this reaction, and look at the board how the carbon atom is just going to become less or more when we react it with NaOH. So this reaction is just going to take place like this. See, it is going to, this molecule is going to cleave here. That means it will get cleaved, that means the alkyl group will just get separated from CONA, and here this H, this cleavage is going to take place, this, and this H is going to attach with the alkyl group, and any alkyl group which is supplied with H, what does it form? You know that the alkyl group is formed when H is taken out from it. H is taken out from alkane. So when you will supply the alkyl group with H, so obviously you are going to get the alkane. So that means what I am going to get? I am going to get CH4, and the side product is always going to be same, that is Na2CO3. That is the sodium carbonate. So this reaction is actually, see, here we started with 2 carbon atoms, that means we start in a reactant, we had a compound which contained 2 carbon atoms, but on this side what product we have got? The product actually has the 1 carbon atom less. So that means this is a reaction in which the word root just differs, and how it differs, it becomes you can say 1 carbon atom become less on the product side. So it is actually a decarboxylation, because you do not get to see any kind of carboxyl group present in it, because alkane is, you know that it is purely alkane, that is this CH4. Here is no such kind of group found. So this is something decarboxylation. I think you are clear with the carboxylic acid, that what is the functional group, what is the suffix, what are the members, what are the IUPACs used, what are the common names, and what is this all, right? And you know what are the uses of carboxylic acid? See, when we use carboxylic acid in industries, it is used as a reagent, it is used in perfumes, dyes, in formation of esters as well, and though it is also used in certain medicines as well, and moreover you are familiar with the use of vinegar which you use in the kitchen. So this is how you get to know the physical properties, the preparations, the chemical nature. So it is not a big task. See, whenever you are studying this chapter, you need to be familiar with the general equations, and once you have the general equations in your hand, this chapter is not going to be difficult at all. See, most of the students are just they have a fear of organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is actually very basic. You need to be well versed with the tools. If you are well versed with the tools, then the organic chemistry is not a big task. So just make an effort, just try to remember these the general equations, and you know that you will get through organic chemistry and it won't create any sort of fear in you. So thanks.